Have you ever gone hunting for a recipe that you know you saved, but you can't remember where? Was it Instagram or Pinterest, a screenshot, an old recipe binder? You're not alone. And today I'm going to share 5 tips for organizing recipes that will help solve this because feeding your family is hard enough. And your recipe book should make that whole process easier, not harder. A few years ago, I recommended the free version of Evernote, but the free version has changed and no longer meets my needs. I actually found an even better app that I love even more, so I'm excited to share that with you today. Tip number 1, I recommend using an app to organize your recipes, and I specifically recommend the Notes app. Yes, the free Notes app on your Apple iPhone. Why? It's free. You probably already have it. It's super easy to use. It'll sync across all your devices. You can share it with family members. There's so many cool features in this app. And hey, if you don't have an iPhone, no problem. There's tons of other similar apps for note-taking that you can use, and you can still apply all these strategies that I'm going to go through. Okay, great. So you're on board to use the Notes app or a similar app to store your recipes. So how do you do that? Go to your Notes app, set up a new folder, and title it Recipes. If you're feeling fancy, you can title it something fun like What's for Dinner? Or How to Feed My Family, whatever you want to call it. Now that you have a place to store your recipes, that takes me to tip number 2. Only save your tried and true recipes, the ones that you're going to make again. Why? Because if you save every recipe under the sun that you find mildly inspiring, it's going to overwhelm and overclutter your recipe book. I don't want it to feel like a guilt trip every time you open your recipe book because you have all these recipes that you never tried. Or maybe that's just me. So I think it's most functional to keep your recipe book narrowed down to those tried and true recipes, the ones that you're going to reference again. That way, when you're meal planning, when you're trying to figure out what's for dinner and you're tired and you don't have a lot of emotional strength or mental capacity left in the day, you can scroll through your recipe book and it's all things that you know you and your family like and that you know you like to make and that you've tried before. If you really want to save recipes for inspiration, then I would consider making a separate recipe book. You can still use your Notes app. Just make a new folder, title it something else like Recipes for Inspiration. Now, when you feel adventurous and brave, you have a place you can go and you can see all those inspirational recipes that you may want to try. Okay, so we're going to save all of our tried and true recipes to our recipe book. How do we do that? Well, you just create a new note, add a title to the recipe, and then put the recipe in. There are a million ways you can do this without sitting there typing out the recipe. You could use voice to text, take a screenshot, you could take a photo, put a link to a video or a recipe right in there. You could copy and paste from ChatGPT, you could copy text from an image and paste it into there. By the way, speaking of tried and true recipes, what are some of your favorite go-to recipes that you just make all the time for dinner? Put it in the comments below and let's inspire the community around us. I'll put some of mine in the comments below too. Tip number 3, do not over-organize your recipe book. You have one job and one job only. Put all your recipes in a recipe book. That's it. You do not need all different sections for desserts and salads and all this stuff that we used to do when we had a paper binder to organize our recipe books. We're going to keep it simple. We're just going to title and add all of our recipes to our recipe book, and our app will do the rest. It'll auto-organize your recipes in alphabetical order. So if you're looking for Papa Wayne's sweet potatoes or Nona's taco soup, you can just scroll down and find those really easily. There's also a search bar. Type in crock pot or soup or salad, and you'll get all of the recipes with those words in it popping up. Tip number 4, start now, start small, and build some momentum. There's no time like the current to get this set up for yourself. You're watching this video for a reason, to learn how to organize recipes. My challenge for you is to just open your app, create a folder, title it recipe book or whatever you want to title it, and add one recipe in there. Then just build your recipe book as you go. Over time, you can keep adding recipes to it. And remember, this applies to recipes that you find in paper recipe books on your shelves. I clearly love books. I love recipe books even more. And every time I make a recipe from a recipe book that I love, I just snap a picture of it and put it in my Notes app. Tip number 5, learn and grow as you go. There's a lot of cool features in the app. So you may decide you want to do things like share your recipe book with your family or sister or best friend. Their go-to book could be your inspiration book and vice versa. You might pin a note to the top of your recipe book and use that as your meal planning spot and your grocery spot. Don't feel like you need to really master it at first. Just get started, start small, and build on it from there. And hey, while you're on a roll organizing things, do you want to organize your closet too? Check out my other video for some inspiration on closet organization.